Today we're so lucky to be speaking with one of Australia's most well-known and much-loved athletes, and my friend, three-time Olympian, Kerri Pottharst.
The gold one, of course. We bought the gold-coloured car because it was just like a fun theme. But now it's all about platinum.
Yes, now Captain Platinum.
Yes.
Yeah, Planet Platinum.
Yeah, so Natalie's kind of taking that theme in, and she really did make our journey fun, a lot of those things that we did. I was very much the serious driven one, and I think that worked very well together. She kept it fun for me, and I kept her serious. I don't know if that's the right.
You're both fun,
Yeah.
though. You just bounce each
Yeah.
other so well. And people see that when you're together, you bounce off each other. And I don't think any one of us will ever forget, if you've ever seen or were there at the 2000 Olympics and seeing the two of you and just that amazing feeling. It was like one person going, we've done this together, and just that respect for each other that you both have, and that incredible friendship. I would think that would be really hard. That's for the rest of your life. How incredible.
And the patience that she had when she first asked me to have a look at Isagenix. She asked me again and again and again and again, and 18 months later I finally said, okay. Aww. And here I am, and loving every part of, especially the community, just loving you guys, loving everybody that I've been working with.
So I wouldn't have met you unless Nat had persevered.
Yes.
And here you are in my house.
Yeah.
And I love our friendship. Our friendship is, I met Nat first, and then I love the friendship I have with Nat, and then she introduced me to you. And this friendship is growing almost daily at the moment.
I know.
It's absolutely wonderful. And I'd love to know what you're applying now to your Isagenix business that you learned in your athletic career. What is it that, because that will give you an edge.
Yes. Look, I think everyone comes into this business with something that they've learnt outside of this business. So whether it's something in, I don't know, in sales, or something in marketing, or something in the fitness world, or whatever industry they've been in that they bring in, there's still so many other aspects that they need to learn. But I think what I've brought in is just the goal setting mindset, like coming in and going, right, it's not like, right, I'm going to win this. It's right, I'm going to be a leader. And I remember thinking at the first event in San Diego, 2 months in, Natalie said, do you really want to do this? And I said, yep. She goes, okay, come to San Diego. And I went, okay, because that's what everybody did, right? You go to events. So I thought, if that's what people do, then I'm going to go to an event. And I happened to go to, obviously, the biggest and best one in the world. And lucky I had a supportive partner, husband, that looked after everything while I left for a week. And I just think that I walked in there and I went, I want to be a leader straight away. Not I'm going to sit in the back row for 5 years and then work my way up to the front row. I was like, I want to, it's like I'm going to be. It was just like I don't know, I just go, okay, that's what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to become. How do I do it? And then peeling back all the layers and going, okay, so to get there, and this is what we did with the gold medal, to get there, what do we have to do just before that? What did we have to do just before that and just before that? So we actually used backward planning in terms of making sure we worked out how we were going to get to that position. So with Isagenix, I actually look at you guys, I look at the other leaders, other millionaires in Australia, and also the ones in America, and I go, where are they? What are they doing? And then I'm trying to emulate that in the areas that fit me. So not everybody's going to do the same thing. So I take a little bit of you, a little bit of Paul, a little bit of Jen Jeffries, a little bit of Jen Patch, a little bit of, Sammy and Brett, just the things that I feel comfortable with. And I did that in sport. I know that I would look at a player and go, I love the way he spikes. Didn't matter if it was a girl. I want to be like that. I love the way she sets. I love the way that person serves or that person reacts after they've lost a point. So just a little bit of everything. So I've brought that in, but I've also brought in like a pretty resilient mindset too. Like if things aren't going well, it's like, oh well, that's just what happens. And I hear it from you guys all the time. It's going to happen. Just get back up again. Just get back up again. And with that sort of mindset, it doesn't happen that often. Haven't had that many lows where I felt like I needed to pick myself back up.
No, I've never seen you do that. And I think the thing, you always talk about hurdles and challenges. The hurdles and challenges are good things. We need to have them to get better all the time. And I love the fact that you're modeling yourself on people. I do that. Yeah. And there's one Isagenix millionaire that when I first saw her, I thought, oh, she's very similar to me. And I modeled myself on her. And then we became millionaires. It's like, I have a lot to be grateful for that one person, because she allowed me to be myself and not to try and be someone else. And that's the thing with you. I mean, you have this incredible quality of strength. And from the first time I met you, I knew you'd be hugely successful. You'll be hugely successful whatever you do, because you've got that mindset. And it is all about mindset and belief, and that's what's so inspirational. So if you want to be remembered, say you want to be remembered, and there's something you want the world to know about you that maybe they don't know yet, what would you like it to be?
Well, it's interesting you just said about the strength part, because that's what I kind of portray, and everybody thinks I'm really strong, but I'm absolutely my star sign, which is a crab. I'm strong on the outside, but I'm real mushy on the inside. So I'm actually really sensitive. I love being in really good relationships with people, friends, obviously partners. But yeah, the mushy stuff. I cry at sad movies. Oh, look, I'm getting teary. So yes, I am very sensitive on the inside. And sometimes that people think that, oh, you're okay, you're strong, good. And sometimes I do need to have a cry.
And I think that happens with a lot of people, doesn't it? That particularly successful people. It looks like they're so successful that nothing ever gets them down, that they have this hardened shell around them. I love that, because so many people, when they see success, they don't see the vulnerable side as well. And in fact, it's important to have that vulnerability. And you have that. I see that side. I know that you're soft.
You're sneaking around.
I follow you around. Anyone I admire always look around at how they behave. And you have, the one thing that I've also noticed about you is you're an incredible friend. You're a really, really good friend. You're very loyal. You're very supportive. You're there for all your team. And it's never been about you, Kerri Pottharst, the Olympian. Now you're in Isagenix. It's Kerri Pottharst, the leader in Isagenix. And you've got this incredible team around you of people who, you're like a magnet. People want to be around that positivity and that beautiful vulnerability. Because so many of us had you on a pedestal, I did, until I got to know the real person. And it's the person with the compassion and the kindness, and those are the things that attract us to you. So I've got some lovely fun facts about you. I didn't know you spoke German.
Ja. Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. I can understand. Yes, exactly. It means I can speak a little bit. I can understand. I grew up speaking German until I was 5, and then when I went to school, I had to speak English. So, yeah.
Did you live in Handorf?
No, my brother lives there now, but no, we grew up in the hills in Blackwood, Eden Hills, Blackwood. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of German settlements in Adelaide, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Because people chose to go to South Australia. And I knew that because I lived in Adelaide for 18 months. In 1980.
Beautiful.
So I got to learn a little bit about the history of South Australia, and that was a fun fact about it.
Well, when you lived there is when I first started playing volleyball in 1980. Yeah, I was
Wish
15.
I'd known you. I was so lonely. I was a lot older than you then.
Not much.
And the other thing, do you speak Italian? Because you spent a whole year in...
Sì, un poco.
Sì.
Parlo un poco italiano.
Anch'io.
I loved living in Italy. Beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Mine too. I lived there for 6 years, and my absolute favourite, one of my favourite places on the planet. I love Sydney too. I love anywhere I am, wherever I am on the planet. But yeah, Italy is so beautiful.
Anywhere you are with Paul.
Yes, that's hope he's listening to this. And little fun thing I'd like to ask you, what would we find if we opened your handbag? What's in your handbag at this moment?
Oh, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. It's probably about 3 MDE shot bottles. I have them before I speak, so I kind of throw them in and then dump them in my handbag. Probably a couple of, actually yesterday I went to pull my money out to buy a coffee, and half an isolene bar flew out of my handbag, and I went, oh no, what a waste, I can't eat it now, and I had to pick it up and pull it in the bin. But yes, obviously money, always sunglasses, always trying to look after my eyes. Moisturiser? What else have I got in my handbag? I switch handbags all the time, so they get a bit messy. Sometimes my medals.
And well, that means also you're quite a neat person. You're cancer, so I like to be.
Yeah, I try to be. Yeah, I try to be.
And where is your favourite place to go on holiday?
Most recently, I think Hawaii. I really love Hawaii, and it's close. You know, it's kind of close by to us in a way. It's not like going all the way to America or all the way over to Europe, and it's beautiful all year round. But the beaches really attract me. Just I can't get over the expanse of the blue skies, gorgeous water, white sand. I mean, it's got to be the most picturesque thing. But I think I need to start getting off the beach now and look around. There are some nice places around the world that aren't at the coast, I think.
I do know one very fun fact about you about sand. Do you want to share that with everybody?
Yeah, actually, I don't like sand very much. I think everybody's starting to realise that now. No, I actually... And it's interesting because when you do things, there are obviously, when you're striving for success, there are obviously going to be areas of what you're doing that you don't like doing. But you still have to do them. So I found it really hard to get sandy. So my coach just would make me, he'd literally do drills where I got covered in sand before I even touched a volleyball. So then I would be okay to kind of dive around because I was just like, oh, get it off me. Natalie would sometimes finish the training with sand in her ears, up her nose, everywhere, and I'd have sand up to my knees. And she'd look at me and go, what, Kerri? Like, why are you sandy? And I'd just go, oh, I know where the ball's going. She hated that. But no, it was funny. It was funny.
And the bikini, we do have to talk about that little tiny bikini. You showed it to us. Do you still wear a bikini on the beach? You could.
In private. Look, that was one of the things that a lot of people used to ask us, how did you get on, you know, how did you feel wearing a bikini in your sport? And I'm like, well, we're at the beach. So I started playing after I was just, you hang around the beach with everybody and they're in their bikinis. So for us, it wasn't unusual. What is unusual is when you're in this cauldron of a stadium with 10 or 12,000 people around you that are all fully clothed and that you're in this little square box in the middle of it with just, you know, 3 other people, your partner and 2 others. That's a bit more weird. You do feel a little bit more self-conscious, but you get used to it.
I'm sure you forget it in the moment.
You
When you're
forget it.
playing,
At least you're brown.
Yeah.
And brown fat looks better than white fat.
Well, I don't think there's any fat involved in that conversation at all. You always look incredible. Well, I've absolutely loved talking to you. Thank you so much. And I'd just love to ask you just one last question. What's next for Kerri Pottharst?
What's next? A long life of health, good health, and freedom and love for my family and my friends, and being around people like you.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.